Alright guys, in example number 3 it says a sign in a clothing store says to take 1/3 off the marked price of a shirt. You have $20 in cash and a $5 gift certificate. What is the original price of a shirt you can afford to buy? So I'm going to let P stand for the original price. I don't know what the original price is. That's what they're asking me. But they also told me that I'm not going to have to pay P. I can actually take 1/3 of P off. Now I said this to a couple of guys earlier when we were talking. The word of in math means multiply. 1/2 of 8 means 1/2 times 8. Gives me 4, right? So 1/3 of P means 1/3 P. 1/3 times P. And I get to take that off. So you'll see that's why I subtracted it from the original price. Okay. And that has to be, this amount has to be less than or equal to $25 because I have $20 in cash and a $5 gift certificate. So whatever I'm left with has to be less than or equal to 25 because that's how much money I've got. Okay? Now, I don't know about you guys, but the first thing I see is P minus 1/3 P. I'm going to put those two things together, and I don't even really need to do anything. I can do that in my head. If I take away 1/3 of P, that leaves me 2/3 of P. Do you agree? Right? And that has to be less than or equal to 25. How do I get rid of that fraction that's in front of the variable? Alex? I don't divide, I don't subtract. How do I always get rid of a fraction that's in front of the variable? Teddy? I multiply it by what? By the reciprocal 3/2. That's what we did all last night. Okay, great answer, Teddy. Now, that's when I do that, the 3's cancel here, the 2's cancel, and it leaves me with P. And P is going to be less than or equal to 75/2. When I multiply, 3 times 25 is 75. If I have 3/4, that means I have 75 cents. Right? Okay, but I don't want to leave it like that. What the price had to be less than or equal to 75/2. I want it in numbers. Like in decimals for money. So 75 divided by 2, what is that, Liam? I'm going to put my $sign there because this is money. So that means the original price could be $37.50 because I get to take 1/3 of that off, which is 12.5 or $12.50. I get to take that off and it leaves me $25. So I can buy anything in the store. Well, what was it saying? A shirt? Yeah, 1/3 off that shirt. I can buy that shirt for it was originally $37.50. I can buy it for $25. All right? Great job, guys. Let's look at one more.